Hi everyone, welcome back. This is session 4 with the Conservative Talk with Amy Fan West and Phong Tran. Thank you for joining us. And today is a special episode. It's because we're talking about the 45th anniversary of the fall of Vietnam, Saigon.
Fall of Saigon,
Yes.
Fall of South Vietnam. We call the Republic of Vietnam.
Exactly.
That's the way. And this day is 45 years, the Fall of Saigon. And I think I have a lot of memory about.
Yes. Why don't you share with us your story?
Okay, I remember 1975 when the Fall of Saigon on April 30. On that day, I was 7 years old.
Oh, wow.
But when my father, because my father is a soldier, okay, he's an officer, and after that, all the soldiers, from South Vietnam, have to get in the prison, so-called the re-education camp.
Yeah.
They call the re-education camp, but the fact is, this look like a prison. You working, no money, you have to stay in there. And I remember my father got 4 years in a re-education camp, and on that time we have a lot of problems. Number one, all the family of the South Vietnam, and they have been discriminated from the Communist Party when they took over the South Vietnam. And on that time, I remember you don't have enough food. You have to eat something else.
Yeah.
Very, very poor, and they crashed on the economy of the South Vietnam. And when I been in the school, I got discriminated even on the school, because in Vietnamese, when you speaking Vietnamese, they have a sound, something like a knock sound, and the sound
Like
of
the
the sound.
accent.
The accent is
Yeah.
different. When they listen, your accent is from a sound, and you know what? They have the attitude with you.
Oh, yeah.
They have
Yeah.
attitude with you. And then 1985, I think 86, 85, 86, because on that time from 1975 to 1980, by law in the communist regime, they not allow the people, the kid or whatever, the young people from the South,
Yeah.
they not allow you to get in any college or university.
Wow.
Just special for the family who work with the communist government or the communist government, the communist party members, and they can allow it. But we are from the South. We not allowed to get in the high education.
education,
That's the problem. And you know what? And they kick them out. They kick my family out too.
Wow.
My house, I remember my father's before 1975. We bought the house in Saigon, very little house, but it's very nice.
Yeah.
And they kicked us out. When my
Wow.
father in the prison, they kicked my father
So they
out.
just
They took
stole.
all.
They just took your
Yeah,
property.
they took all the
Yeah.
property.
Wow.
And then after that, and then when I was there, and my father, when he came back, he looked at on the social. He said, "Hey, Phong, I think you got no future here.
Yeah.
Find something else, because I don't think you got a good future in this country."
Yeah.
And he told me that, and I left my family in 1982 to play around, to find something, to work something for food.
Yeah.
I just 14 years old.
Oh, wow.
Just you have to work. You know what? 14 years old.
Yeah.
You have to go out the street, sleep on the street, working. I don't care that's illegal or legal in Vietnam, because everything you can make money to survive in Vietnam
Yeah.
on that time. That's
Because
doing.
it's so poor.
I think in most 20 million people in South Vietnam on that time the same. They don't care about this illegal or illegal, because they don't know which one is legal, which one is illegal.
Yeah.
And we work everything for money. And then after that, they took me to the prison when I sell something like the medicine. The medicine, because
Yeah.
on that time they got the embargo from US. They do not have any medicine, and they have the underground market.
Yeah.
They sell everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Underground market, they sell
Yeah.
everything. The medicine from French, from US, from Europe, or they can sell a lot of things underground. We live like underground.
Yeah.
And then they took me in the prison for a year. After that, when I left the prison, because I'm a junior
Yeah.
on that time, and then try to escape Vietnam, and I have to fly. I have to try to get in the southern of Vietnam, the southern. and then try to escape from Vietnam. Very,
Did
on
you
that time.
escape on a boat or escape boat?
We have about 10 people on the boat.
Yeah.
And you know what? On that time is I didn't know where we're going.
Yeah.
Just try to get out of Vietnam.
Exactly.
And just jump on the boat and try to go wherever the boat going.
Yeah.
And after a couple of days on the sea, and we hit some parade.
Yeah.
They rob
The
everything.
Thai pirates?
From Thai.
Yeah,
From Thai. They
Thailand.
rob everything. Oil, food, rice, water. They just leave a little bit for us.
Wow.
Enough for you to get back to Vietnam.
Wow.
But on that time, all the people on the boat, they said no. Get back to Vietnam, we get more worse.
Yeah.
So everybody agreed to go on.
Yeah.
And after that, we got our boat to close to the Malaysia. And I remember on that time, the fishermen from Malaysia, they get us and they fish the boat. They give more oil, they give rice, and they show us how to get in Malaysia because they cannot take us to Malaysia on that time. And then we try and then our boat to get in the Malaysia Sea and on the, I think the Malaysia Marine, they took us to the land and then the baseline. And so we left Vietnam I left Vietnam in 1986.
Wow. That's crazy. And then you stay at the refugee camp in Malaysia for
in Malaysia
how many years?
for almost a year, and then they transfer me to Philippines, and then we fly to US. But the time because I just know a little bit English, and in Malaysia I work with the UN.
Yeah.
I have a case. That's my memory. I never forgot. I share with you.
Yes.
This is you know what happened on that time. The new people coming in Malaysia. The boat is 85 people, but they hit the parade. They kill everything.
Yeah.
They kill everybody on the sea. They keep 5 women on the boat.
Wow.
To serve the sex for them.
Yeah.
And after that, they throw them to the sea.
Yeah.
And Malaysia rescued them. And one of the women stay together with my house. She stay up there, I stay down here.
Oh wow.
And she keep quiet, she cannot speak.
Oh wow.
She's scared.
Yeah.
And then I try to convince she to eat some food. And you know what? Then she talk to me only.
Yeah.
She not talk to anyone else.
Yeah.
And then that time they in Thai and Bangkok they arrest that parade.
The pirates.
They own the fishermen, Thai fishermen, and they arrest them. And they want she to fly to Bangkok and recognize them.
Oh wow.
Okay, and I have to follow her.
Yeah.
I have to follow her to Bangkok, but the story not on her.
Yeah.
The story right here. In Bangkok, they have the so-called the town is the Red Lantern.
Okay.
That's the prostitution over there. Okay. And the UN, her name is May. She's Thai person, but she can speak Vietnamese. But she don't want to speak Vietnamese. And she told me in the hotel, tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, I want you to on the lobby. You have to go with me. I got no idea. I just follow her. I just do a translate for her. And I said, okay. And 8 o'clock when I go down to the lobby, and I see the policeman. He got a lot of award and his
award. Yeah.
And now I know he's the chief of police Bangkok. Okay. Before that I didn't know that. Okay. And he took me to the car with her, and they took me to the Bangkok town, the Red Lantern town, the prostitution.
Testify, right?
Yeah, the prostitution. When I be there, I see 100 women stay right there, and with the own police and the military around. They are around there, and 100, I think more than 100 people, the woman over there, they say out there, and the UN officer, her name is May. Okay, May told me, Phong, this is the speaker. I want you to speak Vietnamese. Everyone in here, the woman, if they are Vietnamese, they walk out right now. I can rescue them right now because the police officer, the chief of police, give me 2 hours. 2 hours only. They read in the prostitution, and they took all the women out. Stay there, and I want you I want you to speak Vietnamese, okay? And ask them, come out. This is the only thing I can rescue them from the prostitution. I didn't know, and I said, okay. When I just announced the first time, anyone in Vietnamese, come out. This is the last chance for you to get out of the prostitution. And when I repeat in the second time, the first woman cried and she come out. And almost summed up. After that, they have, I think it's about around 40 women, girl and woman.
Wow.
You know why? They escaped Vietnam, and they've been in a period, and after they abuse sex on the sea, they sell them to the prostitutes. They sell all the women, the Vietnamese women, to the prostitutes.
That's how they make money too.
That's how they make money, and that's why I remember on that time, very hard time, and I cried right there. I was cried right there because all the women, 40 women, they've been sold to the prostitution, the brothel. They sell to the brothel and they can make the money. But that woman, that's a Vietnamese, because they live with the Thai people. They live with the Thai people and in the brothel, and they didn't know anything. And they've been tortured. And if they try to escape, they've been tortured. Sometimes they've been killed too. They've been murdered for someone else. So when they came out, and I cried. This is my first time I cried. My tears gone down because I cannot believe that this is the Vietnamese people when they escaped Vietnam. They try to fight the freedom, and they sold to the brothel.
Sad that unfortunate. A lot of the Thai pirates at the time utilized the hardship in Vietnam and the people escaping to abuse them, but not only that, but to sell them for profit.
Yes, when they took all of them on the sea, because in the sea, just your boat and the boat, nothing else. On the sea, when you escape Vietnam by boat, you see on the black, you see all the black. And when they came in, you got nothing, you got no weapon, you cannot against them. And they can do whatever they want. They own the fishermen from Thailand. And then after they abuse the sex or whatever on the boat, they keep a couple of days or maybe a couple of weeks on the boat, and then they resell them to the brothel.
It's so sad.
That I shocked. I shocked and I cried right there. That's I remember the memory.
So they were
I never
able to
forgot.
save 40 women, Vietnamese women.
I think around 40 women. They run out. They run out and they cry. Help me, help me, help me. In Vietnamese.
Wow.
Because they live together with the Thai prostitution. And that's why when you speak Vietnamese, just only Vietnamese know. When I speak Vietnamese, only Vietnamese know. That's why when I got a speaker and I said, come out, you got the last chance to get out of the brothel. And they came out. That's very sad, but I believe that never forgot in my life.
And it's so horrible that it's $1 billion market for sex slave. And it's so sad, but our President Trump is doing a good job to fight against sex trafficking.
That's why we are here, and when we listen to the border, you know what? That's the sex trafficking, the people trafficking right on the outside border. That's why I support
the wall.
President to doing that, to stop it, because I was the victim and I will witness what happened to that people when they try to get out of the country. Like we get out of the Vietnam because we have been harassment by government. Because we from South and we got the reason from the political reason, and that we scared about the communists, and we escaped Vietnam. But the people in Latino, different story. They escaped the poor, the violent over there, and they try to get in U.S. And they became a slave.
They're taking advantage too by the cartel, and not only that, but the sex trafficker. They became a slave of the sex slave, or they became people, the victim on the trafficking, the people trafficking. That's why I was witness that. I was a victim of something like that on the 1980s. So I understand that what
Mr. Trump doing right now.
Yeah.
Our president doing right now. Stop that thing.
Exactly.
Stop the trafficking. Stop the sex trafficking. The slave. That's that's terrible.
Exactly.
I think it's terrible.
Yeah,
I
it
cannot
is.
I cannot forget that story.
Yeah.
When I was there, not that shop. I was there just translate for her.
Yeah.
Because she cannot speak.
Yeah. Yeah.
She keep quiet.
Yeah.
She just talk to me only, and I try to translate and help her on a quote.
Yeah.
But when we fly to Bangkok, because the quote is Monday, we fly to Bangkok on Saturday, and in the Sunday morning, and that's why Miss May, she asked me to go to the lobby on Sunday and stop by the Red Lantern of Bangkok. They call it Red Lantern. That's the protest, all the protest there.
Yeah. Wow.
And then I see all around the hundred policemen and military people. They show around the woman there in the middle.
Wow.
And when I stay in Vietnamese and they came out, they cry, and they, almost, I don't know what my feeling over there. I feel shocked. Almost I just free my body there. Cannot say anything.
Yeah. So now is Miss May free? Is she living in America? Is she?
I don't know.
You know.
On that time, she working. She the members of UN, especially for refugee people.
Okay.
She's just Thai and she can speak Vietnamese very good, and she tried to help to rescue the Vietnamese people in the protest.
Yeah.
She very good.
That's
I miss her because years long, almost 30 years.
Oh wow.
When I just a little boy, you see.
Yeah.
That time, 18 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
That time I was
young
18
man.
years.
You were a young man.
Just 18 years old. But we understand. We understand what happened over there. That's why I very support our president to build a wall on the southern border. Because you know what? It become a lot of sad story.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of sad story when they try to find some new life. They try to do something else for the survival or something, and they became the slave. They became a victim of the people trafficking, and they became the drug dealer too.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, so there's no win-win situation when you do it the illegal way. The illegal way, you get tortured, you get abused, you get killed even. So I think that's why it's important for President Trump to build that wall to protect American, but not only to protect the illegal who's are coming in
The
to
same
stop
too.
them.
We have to fix the government there too.
Exactly.
To stop the violence, to try to help them to develop the economic more better. If the economic over there better, they don't have to become the victim like that.
Exactly,
right?
like Venezuela, right? It used to be an oil producing country.
Rich country.
Yeah, rich in oil. But then, because of the socialists infiltrating the country, now they are poor. They have to eat from the trash can. They're trying to escape to come to America. So therefore, we have to understand as American that socialism does not work and communism does not work. And it will torture you, it will kill you, it will destroy you. There's no freedom.
They took everything from you.
Everything.
Even your life.
Exactly.
Even your life. I was in the victim of communist regime. Right now, that is socialism too.
Exactly.
Right? We was the victim. We understand what the socialism is, the communism. You know what? They crush all your family. They crush all your family bond. They crush all your culture, and then they crush everything to make them rich. But you became the poorest people. You don't have the high-end education. You don't have the money. You don't have any property.
Yeah. Socialism, we understand. Socialism and communism will deprive you of your human rights.
Yeah.
Basically, period.
They don't care the
and
human rights.
They don't care about you. They care for to enrich themselves.
When they got a power.
Yeah.
Okay, I give you one, you get one. I give you two, you get two. You get no right. You just wait for what they give to you.
Exactly.
You just wait and what they give to you.
Yeah.
But the right is not given.
Yeah.
You have to fight.
Exactly. As American here, that's why it's so vital that we have the freedom of our constitutional rights and the that we have the right to speak, right to assemble, right of freedom of religion, right to bear arms. I mean, all those rights is to protect the people, the American people who are here. So that's why it's important to fight to preserve our constitutional rights and a Declaration of Independence. Because if we don't, if socialism take over or communism, we're done. We're done. We won't have the freedom.
I'm not talking in Vietnam, okay? When we escaped Vietnam on that time,
Yeah.
do you know how many people died in the sea? Until now, we got no idea where are they, how they die, and where are the body. Over 100,000 Vietnamese people died on the sea.
Yeah, I believe like 90% of the people who escape die. Only about 10% that survive are lucky.
I was lucky.
Too. Yeah.
I was lucky.
Yeah.
I was lucky because I escaped and I got some people rescue me
Yeah.
on the sea. But all the people not lucky.
Yeah, we are the lucky few.
The body right now on the sea. Nobody know what the name is, how old are they, and why they escape. Whatever they die.
Yeah.
100,000 people.
Yeah.
That's why we are the one understand the communist and socialism more than the people in here.
Exactly.
We are victim of the communism and socialism.
Yeah, so on this 45th anniversary of Saigon, the fall of Saigon, we want to remind you guys that and sharing our stories of communism so you guys understand that we don't want it to happen here. And maybe I can briefly share my story as well. So basically, when I was a little girl, our family are fishermen in Vietnam. So whatever my dad fish, he keep for himself and the family, feed the family, and then sell off to make money for the family. But when the communists took over, whatever he make, he fish in, he has to give to the government, the communist government. And if he doesn't, he get discriminated, he get tortured, or not only that, you get buried alive.
Yeah.
So when people are complaining in our village, they make an example of them by burying them alive. Dig a hole and call everyone out. Look, this guy complaining, bury him. And everyone in the village was afraid. They bring fear. They bring fear to the people. So they crush our spirit where we don't have the freedom to fight back. And that's what communism and socialism will do to us. And then, so what my dad, when he was 16, before that, actually, in 1968, when the communists took over from the north coming down, my dad was 11 years old.
Yep.
He was laying on my grandpa's lap, and the communists came in and shoot all the adults. And my dad was 11-year-old laying on his lap. And luckily, he didn't die. The bullet hit my grandpa 16 times and he died, and my uncle. And so my dad vowed to himself, he said, when I grow up older, I will kill the communists. So when he was 16, he changed his age to 18 so he can go to war. And when he went to war, he got injured 3 times and then he got sent home. And then that's when 1975 when they took over. So he went home, married my mom, and then he went into the jungle to live, to hide away from the communists, or else he will get killed because he helped fight the war. So therefore we live in the jungle. There he gave birth to my sister, my older sister, myself, and then my younger brothers. And I remember we live really poorly. And we eat potato and yams in the jungle because there's no meat. Yeah. And so that's how we survive. And then before he left, the first time attempt, he said, I need to leave. So he went by himself to go out in the sea to escape. He got captured by the communist regime and they imprisoned him 6 months. And I don't ask him completely what happened in the concentration camp, prison camp. He said he was tortured. There was only one little hole of air, the sunlight. And they hang him upside down and torture him. And he said basically the second time, a year later, like they really brainwash your mind. He said he come out like kind of like afraid. And like, but a year and a half later, he said to my mom, if we stay here, we will die in the hand of the communist regime. But if we escape, at least we die as free men and women. And so he took my mom at that time, my older sister, my younger brothers, 2 twin younger brothers, myself, and my mom was 8 months pregnant with my younger sister, underneath a fishing boat to meet out with another bigger fishing boat, another family. And so he hid us underneath. I'm very surprised that the communists didn't hear any of our kids' voice. I mean, it must be God. It must be joy, right?
Very
Protecting us. It has to be God protecting us because as kids, you know, I have kids, you have kids. Our kids are loud when they're like that young, right?
Yep.
So God really protected us to meet up with another boat and then we head out. Whatever food supply, water supply, we didn't have enough. The water was the first thing that was gone.
The water. When
Was
you
gone.
escape Vietnam, water is very important.
Yes, it's like gold, you know? So we didn't have enough water. In 3 days, we ran out of water. My mom was cooking ocean water to cook rice. And we couldn't eat it. It was so salty. And we were starving.
More thirsty.
More thirsty, create the thirst, right? And you would die. And so thank God in 3 days, the German oil tanker out there took us in. Our boat was almost going to crack. It was so bad.
Yeah.
And so the oil tanker took us in, give us food. We were on that boat, the tanker, for at least, I think, a whole week and a half before they sent us over to Thailand refugee camps.
Okay.
So Malaysia, you know, Singapore,
Thailand and Indonesia.
Yeah.
They have the refugee camp.
Refugee camps there.
In Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, Hong Kong, and Philippines.
Yeah, exactly. So 1985 when we left, so we were in
1985.
Yeah, so we were in the Philippine, Thailand area, and so we're in Thailand for a year and a half, and then they sent us over to the Philippines for 6 months.
In Bataan.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they flew us over to Huntington Beach, California, and it's because of my dad's paperwork from joining the American to fight the communists. So they give us the political asylum.
Yeah.
They flew us over to Huntington Beach, California, and surround us. Our Christian community that share the gospel is the religious group. The Christian community that share the gospel to us and help us. We were poor. My dad only had $25 with him at the time.
When
Americans.
we here, we have empty hand.
We are empty hand. We came here with empty
Nothing
hand.
else.
Yes, but we came here for freedom, to live, and to be able to provide for our family.
To rebuild.
To rebuild.
Our family. And right now, after 45 years, we know that this is our native in Vietnam. But right now, here is our homeland.
Exactly. Especially both of us. We witnessed our family getting killed and tortured. And not only we witnessed women getting tortured, raped, and thrown overboard.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, remember as American, we do not hope or wish any of that upon us Americans, okay? We don't want our family have to go through that or your family. So hear us now. As this 45th year anniversary, we reflect upon the fall of Saigon and the communists taking over Vietnam. We want to encourage you Americans that it's so vital for us to fight for our rights, our freedom, and our liberty. Because Benjamin Franklin stated that if you give if you want your a little good security, you would get nothing. Because if the government, you want security, you don't get your freedom. So that's how it happened in the communist regime.
I just tell you, I worked 10 years, more than 10 years in the communism and the socialism. Okay, if you want to visit your relative, you want to stay there one night, no.
Exactly.
You have to announce the police around there, a local police. Oh, this is my aunt, this is my whatever. I stay in this night, and they allow or not depend on them too.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have the right to go around the country. Okay. Number two, when you get in a job, and if you have the relative working for the South Vietnam government, Republic of
Vietnam.
South Vietnam, and then they not allow you and they not accept you. Okay. So if you want to say something, you have to look around. If you say something bad about the government, and the police coming and they arrest you right away, they silence you, they can harass you, they can isolate you, everything. That's what happened in socialism and communism. If you love it, move over there, live with them couple years, you will know what I'm saying.
Yeah. And you know, this is kind of relevant to what's happening now in America with the whole pandemic, like the lockdown, okay? I think it's a test run. It's a test run for socialism and communism. This is it, okay? With this whole pandemic of the coronavirus, I call it the CCCP virus, the CCP. It's because they're doing a test run on American people to see how far they can push for us to relinquish our rights, our freedom. So right now they say, okay, lockdown. You have to do this because for the betterment of everyone. That's how the communism did to us.
That's why I
in
said
our country, for the
when they
betterment
lockdown,
of everyone.
They locked down just a month,
Uh-huh.
and you feel angry.
Yeah.
You feel angry.
Yeah.
You cannot stay in home for a couple more months.
Yeah,
right?
because you feel your right is violated, right?
Yeah, but in socialism and communism, you know what? Year by year,
Yeah.
year by year, you have to stay like lockdown like this.
Yeah. Yeah, even right now in Vietnam and China, as you know, it's locked down because the communist regime has control. That is the government.
They control everything.
Yeah, they control everything.
Even your thing. You think something, you have to follow what they want.
Yeah, so your mindset, your thought have to be lining up with the government. If you don't, it's going against their government and they can persecute you. They can put you in jail for it or kill you.
No, you know what? If they put you in jail easy, they not put you in jail. They do for, harder. They not put you in jail, but they isolate you. If you do in business, they ask the customer, no, do not do business with you.
Do not associate
If
with
you're
them.
working for someone else, they ask your boss, kick you out.
Yeah.
Okay? If you rent the house, they ask the landlord, kick you out. They try to isolate and they told all your friends, all your relatives, not contact with you because you are the one treason. They saying that
Yeah,
you are the
wow.
one treason,
Yeah.
and they try to isolate you. Right now, they use that tactic
Yeah.
in Vietnam. Right now, the communists, they try to isolate you. You cannot. How you work for money?
Exactly.
How you survive when they isolate you like that?
Exactly.
They say, "Oh, I live. I didn't arrest you because I arrest you. I
They
I
have
was
to feed you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I arrest you, and then I violate the international law, right? I'm not arrest you, but I let you live in there, but nothing.
Yeah.
Okay?
You know, that's the strongest weapon. It's the isolation.
Yeah, isolation.
Isolation cripple the man and woman mentally,
Yeah.
emotionally, and everything. That's how they're going to do it. And they're going to do it here in America. This is a test run. So as American, be vigilant, be watchful, be alert, okay? To see the time, the season and the time right now. Because they also want to do the forced vaccination certificate. As American, we should have the right if we get vaccinated or not. And then the right to speak. And then not only that, they're using this, a Democrat right now in California and even New York. Cuomo, just say,
Cuomo.
take away the gun sale. Take away ammunition. Cuomo's doing it. But California, just last week, the assemblyman wanted to say, hey, this is a time where we should take away the ammunition sale and the gun. But Gavin Newsom say, no, not yet.
No.
Let the sheriff deal with this.
No, because you know what? Our right.
It's our right to protect ourselves.
The Second Amendment.
This is how communism is like in Vietnam. When they came and took everyone guns away, no one owned guns to revolt against
by
the
law.
communists.
By law in
It's
communism,
illegal.
okay, they not allow you to
Have gun.
to have the gun or weapon. They not allow.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a violation.
Even the pen, you writing something, and they not allow you to have the pen too. That's a communist.
Yeah. So right now they're trying to slowly in America eroding our rights to bear arms because once they disarm the people, they take control. So that's why it's important to always fight for your Second Amendment right because our forefather created the Constitution and they put that as number 2 because it's important. It's very important for us to have the right to bear arms to protect not only a family but to revolt against the government that is dictating and taking us our right. So that's why we must uphold our Second Amendment rights, okay?
And I think this is a good time for me to say something with Bernie Sanders and AOL.
AOC, yeah.
Ocasio-Cortez, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to live like you want to create a socialism, go there. Live with them a couple years or couple months. You will feel how the socialism is.
It's very oppression.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how the communism is. Before you create the socialism in here. That's why you support them. Go there, live with them. Live
And
with them
try it out.
couple months.
Yeah.
And figure out what the socialism is. Okay? They took everything from you. And you can have anything. No right. No speaking rights, freedom of speech? No.
Exactly, nothing.
Okay, freedom of speech, you got no freedom of religious too.
The communist is their religion.
They control everything.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you want to go somewhere, you don't have that right to. You have to ask the permission from them. They control everything.
Yeah.
Go there and see it
before
you try to create the socialism in here and in the communism in here. So that's the way. If the people want to know how the socialism is, tell me. I buy the ticket for you.
Yeah.
Go there. I buy the ticket for you. Go in there.
Yeah, we will.
Live with them.
Yeah. And the thing is that the oppression and no rights, no one can live under those conditions. And that's torture. And not only that, but when you try to revolt against them, they isolate you. And that's damaging for mentally, emotionally, and everything.
They try to brainwash our kids here. And you know what? That's why all the Vietnamese people who the victim of the communism and socialism, they support the conservative.
Exactly.
They not support the liberal because the liberal, they know what's going on there. They support the conservative. We have to protect our family value, our family bond. And we know what because we've been crushed in socialism before.
Exactly.
They crush on your family bond, on your family culture, everything. That's why we want to protect our family value here.
Yeah.
That's why we support.
Yeah, and this is the reason why we want to talk to American people. If you are considering, and if you're young too, Americans, and you're thinking, oh, socialism is good because it's a better good for everyone, the Green New Deal, all those things sound so foofy and nice and good. But think about this. Think deeper. Because I believe that deeper thinker attract deeper thinker. Shallow thinker attracts shallow people. So think deeper, okay? Socialism, when people promise free stuff, remember, nothing is free.
Nothing is free.
Nothing is free. If you want security from the government, you will lose your freedom. Nothing is secure.
And
you have your
where's
freedom.
the money they give you?
Exactly.
Where's the money?
They have to tax it.
They took the money from your dad, your mom, right?
Exactly.
There's nothing free in here.
Yeah.
And you know what? I have a friend years long ago. He, I think 20 years, more than 20 years. On that time, he driving your car without insurance.
Oh yeah.
And he got accident.
Oh no.
He's the white man. And he got no money.
Yeah.
And he got no insurance.
Yeah.
And he had to pay 14 years for his debt.
Wow.
14 years. But he proud. Because he paid his own money.
Yeah.
He working and he paid for that money.
Yeah.
He didn't ask for anyone give him money for survive or give him the money for college. Even myself, when I was here, when I was in college, I mean in university, Columbia, New York. My first year I got the scholarship. But the second year, I had to work.
Yeah.
And I didn't ask for someone help me.
Yeah.
I have to work and work study, and I have to work in the restaurant to make money for my school. And I'm proud for that.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for anyone give me the money for the school.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Yeah, and you know what? The thing is that with the whole AOC and Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden, their mindset is to give you free everything to make you become lazy. And this is the thing for the younger Americans. I want to let you know something. I believe that you guys are brilliant. You guys are creative. You guys are smart. You guys are vibrant. And not only that, you guys are hard working. You guys want to do it on your own. So don't let the government, the socialist Democrat on the other side telling you that, hey, be lazy, get everything for free. No, that does not help you at all as being a very responsible adult. And we know that that's what you want. You want to be a responsible adult. So do not let the socialist left trick you into being lazy and being not creative. Because once you become lazy, you're not creative.
Very easy, okay? Today you got free college, right?
Yeah.
But after you graduation, you're working. So how much the tax you pay?
A lot.
See, they took back.
You get the state tax and the federal tax.
They took back.
Yeah.
They took back everything. Nothing free. Today they give you free college, right? You don't have to pay anything in college. But after you graduation, find a job, when you're working, how much you pay for the tax? That you pay back for your education. Nothing free.
Exactly.
That is socialism.
Exactly.
You know what? That's why I don't want that one in here. And they control everything, and they bring back. Even they took out the parents' right. Like, okay, I got a kid. I can teach my kid how the way to live. That's my right.
Yeah.
But right now, the socialism, the Democrat, they want to take your right too.
Exactly. In California right now, the law is that they are taking your rights away from opting out of sex education, which is not the biological education. I mean, you know, that's normal, but it's the gender and the perversion that we as parents cannot opt out. And that's our right. As parents, we should have the right to tell them, hey, you know, because when they get older, they learn that themselves as well. But the thing is that the school job is not to indoctrinate our children. Their job is to educate them so they can compete with the world, because we want our children to be able to do that.
See,
that's why it's important. So we have to start using our gut feeling, start using our mind, and start thinking and analyzing. If things doesn't add up, we need to start thinking for ourselves.
And the only thing in US, this is an open country. So you work for your money. Don't be lazy. Don't think anything free. The political from the left wing for the Democrat, they offer something free. You say, oh, free, but it's not free. Okay, even you can have welfare, you can have Medicare, you can have housing, but your kid pay for that. When they grow up and when they graduation, when they're working, they pay back for what you got today.
Yeah, because right now, as American, we're at like $1.3 trillion in deficit.
Yes.
So I mean, our children's gonna have to pay for it, and our grandchildren. I mean, that debt, and plus this whole coronavirus thing, the debt is increasing. So that's the thing. We have to get back as American, get back to work. We are the one that write our own legacy, our own destiny. Okay, we have the right here in America to choose however we want to live our life, whatever career we want. We have that choice to choose. In a communist, socialist country, you don't have that right.
You don't have that choice.
You don't have a choice at all. So utilize this time, this coronavirus kind of lockdown, to grow your skills, grow your mind, grow your ability, and to be better. Because once this is over, it will be over, and we'll get back that you will actually attain another skills, another knowledge. So this is the thing. As Americans, I encourage you guys, fight for your freedom, fight for our constitutional rights, start using our brain. And if anyone try to take our right to bear arms, that's when the red flag has to come up, and we must fight.
Okay, how you fight? First, voice. Raise your voice and your vote. Very important. That the raise your voice and go out and vote. That we vote and we change, make it different, and protect our society here.
Yeah.
Do not let the socialism storm to our country or communism, because you have to face the consequence. You cannot believe it.
Yeah, because right now, even their doctrination for the communists is infiltrating our business, our higher education, and our educational system, as you guys already know. And not only that, they're buying our elected official from local politics, state politics, and federal. So it is so vital to go out and vote those people out, and vote good people in who actually care for the values of America and the freedom we have here.
Okay, that's it for today. Thank you very much, because today is the 45 years. We just remember what happened to our native country, Vietnam, when Saigon fell down. And that we share our story about communism and socialism for you. I hope that all of you understand what they are and try to get away from them.
Exactly. And hey, fight for your freedom. If you want security, you'll lose the freedom as well. Remember that. And also, God bless you, and God bless the USA.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next time.